Hello, my name is Todd Summers. I'm the Director of Research and Development at SoftWrite. In this video, I'll be describing the TAP7 Intermod function. I have opened the TAP7 demo, and within the TAP7 demo, there is a subfolder called Intermod Studies with the study Tutorial Intermod Study. When you click on that, it will show the IM Intermod form. Initially, with it hasn't been run yet, you just see the input frequency parameters in the center of the window, and on the right side the settings. The settings, you have the option of setting reference frequency only. You can ignore the times when the RX frequency and transmit frequency are equal, such as this one right here on this line. You can set the IM order to search over from 1 to 9. This has a max of 9 if you want to go that high. If you go at 8 or 9, you're going to get warned about going over 7. Typical values are 1 to 9. You can set maximum frequencies from 1 to 4, one number of frequencies to combine. If at any point you're within Intermod and you have questions about parameters, click inside an area, hit the F1 button. F1, you get the context-sensitive help, full section on Intermod studies, information on defining a study, input frequency parameters, study settings, executing a studies, what it means for a study to be locked, and how you analyze study results, the study results that are shown, including a sample, the summary text, the CSV results, and then the discussion of the Intermod menu up above in the ribbon bar. Within the transmit parameters, within the frequency parameters, input frequency parameters table, the X button, you can move a row from this. If you want to deselect transmit use, it allows you to remove a transmitter from the computation without eliminating it from the list, so you can go through combinations of these if you wish. Here's your transmit frequency, your transmit offset, which is effectively the half bandwidth of your signal. If you have groups that you wish to assign, any non-zero groups you can assign. If you have multiple groups defined, only one transmitter from that group is used in any individual Intermod product. Here's your transmit description, the number of transmit harmonics that are considered, anywhere from 1 to 9 in this case. Whether it's full duplex, whether these two transmit and receive on the same row would be used at the same time. So that transmitter could be used in a product that would be overlapping that receive frequency. The RX used is similar to the TX used column. If you wish to include a receiver in a computation, this needs to be checked. You can check and uncheck these if you want to look at different combinations. Similar to the other side, there's a receive frequency, receive description, and then an offset, which is effectively the half bandwidth. Once everything's been set up the way you'd like, you can click on Run Current Study. This opens up the study server. If it's not previously open, it'll run the study server, and then once the results are ready, it'll load the graphic and then results in the results table down here. There are two different distinct ways of viewing. You can view all products by clicking here, which show all products in a single list. You may have multiple frequencies that have Intermod products overlapping them, so you end up with multiple frequencies to assess. If you want to look at the individual frequencies, you click RX View. In this particular case, only one receiver has an overlap, so there's only one listed here. So you click on the one you want to list, and it shows the corresponding products here. In the table down below, you can select or deselect the show products, hide all or show all as well, and it'll show the individual products. Product order, components, min harmonics and max harmonics of each product are shown, the actual IM product value, the offset of that product, half bandwidth in that case, how far from the actual receiver, then all the transmitter and receive information are included down below as well. You can create a template for input frequencies. You can export the frequency set up here. You can also, before you run a study, you can import frequencies from a file. Once you have everything, the output the way you would like, you can click on Generate Report, which will create an Intermod report, nicely formatted Intermod report, including the graphic, input table, and output table. Once the study is run, you'll also notice that you get the locked study, the locked symbol here. Same as running a coverage study. The study locks. All the setup is locked down, and you can't rerun that study, change values, rerun the study until you unlock it. To unlock it, you would right-click and then select Delete Study Results. You'll also notice when you generate it, when you run it, you get a CSV file. You double-click the CSV file. It'll load up the CSV file and whatever you have that's associated on your computer to launch CSV, and has all the information in the output table in the CSV. Additionally, there's a summary file, basic text summary file, has the settings up above, and then the intermodulation products written out in text format, formatted text format. If you want to create a new Intermod study, we'll do one from scratch now. Right-click where you want to create it. In this case, I click the subfolder Intermod Studies. I select Add Intermod Study. Do Intermod Study, give it a name for video. Make it video example. Finish. Now it loads up. The input frequency parameters are empty. These values are the same as previous. If I want to import frequencies from a file, I click here. You'll notice that within your tap work folder that comes with your My Documents, in your My Documents folder, you have Intermod. And within Intermod, you have that tutorial example. You click that, open, loads the same set of values that were loaded previously in the other example. If you wish to add one, you click here on the plus button. Say do 600, offset of 12, actually do 800. 800, offset of 12, no transmit group. Test 1, do 5 harmonics, full duplex, do off just a random value, not supposed to be any sort of regular demonstration. Test 2, offset of 12, just to include an extra value. These aren't, it's just an example. I'll increase this, I'll knock this up to 9 so we get some more examples, a bigger table. Once everything's set up the way you want, click Run Current Study or Run Batch Study. Either way, it's going to be in the list, or Run the Current Study. Run, in this case, we found a whole bunch more Intermod products. Under RX View, I click just this one, and it shows all. There's a number of different products that show up here. You can hide all, show 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. If I select the other frequency, this is your other frequency, 825.4. It shows the products for that. If I go to all products, it'll show them both, and you can go and zoom in on it. Pan to view, larger scale, however you wish to do it. You can maximize the spectrum analyzer here. Click it again. Restore goes back to the unzoomed value. You can copy the clipboard. You can save the graphic as image. I mentioned the generate report. You can generate a focus report if you have RX View. You have a subset of these selected, or even like the all products, it'll just show the selected values in a generated focus report. And you can also export the focused products as well to a file. And that is Intermod. Happy tapping, everybody, and have a good one.